Okay, it looks like I'm live. It looks like I'm live. I appear to be live. Anyone who's on watching, let me know. Am I live? Never worn headphones like this before doing a stream, and I can't hear myself. It feels weird. It feels weird. Um, I'll wait for a couple of people to trickle in, and then we'll start talking. It's cold as hell right now. I'm frozen through, completely frozen. I can't really feel my fingers right now, but that's fine. Um, as always, I'll say it a couple of times just as people roll in, but this live stream will stay up for about 3 days and then I'll take it down just because I like the channel looking clean and tidy and only having one type of content on there. Um, you know, me being overly particular with things. I decided to shave my beard off the other day and I already don't know how I feel about it. I feel like I've gone back to being 17 again. That's a movie, isn't it, with Zac Efron? Never seen it. Never seen it. All right. So I've actually at the point that I've started just now. Is my mic loud enough? I don't feel like it's loud enough. Good, and I will fix that up. I've just started this video. I just finished the script for the up next. I'm going to try to get it out before the live action film is out in 2 weeks. And I'm also seeing the live action remake this Friday. So my thoughts will be up on Breaking Banter with that movie as soon as they can be. I don't know what the embargo is. I'm assuming the embargo will not last long because Disney is very confident, as they should be. Obviously, my buddy High Top, Alex, has shown up to tell me that I'm a Raimi shield that doesn't understand Far From Home, and that's a fact. That is actually just a fact. I guess I don't understand Far From Home. I understand that movie from my perspective, and I like it. I'm not allowed to say things that I don't like on this channel, so I can't say much else about that. Okay, we've got a couple of people here, so I'm going to start answering some stuff. But most excitingly, I just want to get over the fact I have finally got a script done for the next video. I think it's the longest episode so far for The Lion King. It's going to be the longest episode we've done. Or maybe the Dark Knight episode is going to be longer, but I feel like this episode. Hey, I'm just super proud of it. I'm super proud of this this video. It's everything I've ever wanted these videos to be. I think the hard thing for me was like trying to break away from doing video essays. I don't want to do video essays at all. I want to do my own thing. And I think with this video, the first time I've been like, you know what? I found a way to be able to pick a movie with, I just love everything. And I found a way to be able to just talk about everything I love, just every little thing. So that's exciting. Anyway, I'm not going to keep talking about that. I'm just very keen to actually do this. I've already seen people already like, why are you going live at like 12:30? Because it's past midnight here. It's because a lot of my audience is American. Most of my audience is American. Most of the world is awake right now. Unfortunately, Australia is not. So I'm going to start going through some of your questions, guys. Favorite Leftovers episode? Look, guys, first up, I just want to say I love that I have so many of you guys that really seem to like The Leftovers. I don't know how many of you guys found either The Leftovers through my channel or found my channel through The Leftovers, but I totally live for the fact that there's so many people out there in my community that love that TV show. The Leftovers, for those of you guys that have not seen it, is my favorite thing ever. Honestly, like people are not even my favorite thing in TV. It's my favorite thing in all entertainment. If you were to go through my top life experiences, I've skydived and I've climbed mountains and I've done a whole bunch of stuff like that. The Leftovers is still the best thing I've ever done in my life. And my favorite episode, the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from season 3 are all so good it's hard to distinguish. it's a weird thing of like, I think five's my favorite episode of the show. The Matt centric episode is my favorite episode of the show. But it's the only episode of season 3 that I didn't have an emotional breakdown after. So it's a weird feeling of like, did I love it that much if I wasn't completely crying, but I finished that episode laughing? So I won't get into spoilers, but I think my favorite episode is it's a Matt world from season 3. Okay, here's something interesting. So the Milan trailer just dropped for the live action version. And as I was watching the trailer, this is so embarrassing. I hate this. As I was watching the trailer, I was about a minute in and I thought to myself, I've never seen the original. And it was like, I feel like I have, but as I was watching the trailer, I was like, nope, I don't think I've seen it. So I'm going to be getting onto watching the original as soon as I can. Because obviously right now I'm going through a bunch of Disney films. And so like I need to get onto watching that right away because it's part of obviously the Disney Renaissance. And every film from that era is incredible. So I really need to watch that. But what I will say is that live action trailer, I really liked. I really like the look of it. I think they've picked a great director for it. I do want to say, be cautious, guys, that there is a high chance, however, it is still a Disney movie. There is still a high chance that they put every cinematic shot in the trailer. And so all those great compositions, the great shot of the staircase and all the stuff with the smoke, there's a very high chance that that's all that stuff packed into the trailer. So there's that. So be aware of that. How does it feel being the dad of Film Hub? So those of you guys that don't know, I have a podcast channel called Film Hub with a bunch of my favorite YouTubers who also happen to be really great friends right now. And I guess I don't know whether I made it a joke myself or someone else made it, but I'm apparently the dad of the group. Which I thought originally was because I was the oldest, but apparently that's not it. Anyway, yes. How does it feel being the dad of Film Hub? It feels weird because all of my children are more successful than me. But I appreciate that title. It gives me, I like having a running joke. I feel like there's so many other channels, like I almost don't mind this, but I feel like there's so many other channels around me that have like running jokes, like ongoing memes that they have, where people can consistently make like, just for example, like you got channels like, I don't watch a lot of YouTube outside of the video essay department. I don't watch much outside of film YouTube, but some of the other YouTubers that I do watch, like H3 and The Needle Drop, like have ongoing jokes on their channel. And I'm like, I feel like I'll have made it as a YouTuber once I have like a running meme. Anyway, anyone wants to find something at some point and start it, that would be great. Rasmus, how you doing? Do you have any faith in Jon Favreau and his team with Lion King? Well, first of all, thank you. Second, I do. Guys, I had this, I don't know how to describe it. I had this moment watching the featurette they just released. They just released, so the Lion King team just released the behind the scenes featurette with, with all the actors and them talking about what the Lion King is to them and what it's like to tell this story again and what it's like to reimagine it in a different format. And at that moment, the penny dropped for me and I was just like, no, this is going to be great. And I talk about in the Lion King video, it's the closest I've ever got to talk about something in a negative light. But it's still, it's Loverboy, so it's positive. But look, they lose a lot by doing it. Losing the 2D animation, you lose exaggeration, contrast, contortion, color. You lose a lot of the things that animation gives you. You can't exaggerate anymore. You can't, I have no idea how they're going to do, I don't understand how they're going to do what do you want me to do? Dress and drag and do the hula? I don't know how they're going to do jokes like that. I don't know if they're going to skip them all together. All of the best parts of The Lion King, which is the magical fantasy, I just can't wait to be king. be prepared, those moments. I don't know how they're going to handle them, but I think this movie is going to have its own magic. And something that I, on rewatching The Lion King, I've watched it 10 times in preparation for this video, including the 500 times I've seen it in my life before that. But I think that they're going to lose something, but they're going to gain something new. And watching it again, I was like, I want more backstory of Simba as he's growing up, and this movie is going to have that. I think it's going to fill in a lot of extra stuff that we wanted to kind of see more of. So I have this weird faith in it now. There's no way I'm not going to enjoy it. It is The Lion King. It's done differently. But I feel like this movie, much the same as Jungle Book, has an advantage over movies like Aladdin, and Cinderella, which I quite liked. Pete's Dragon is still the best of the live action Disney adaptations for me. I shouldn't say the word best. It's my favorite of those adaptions. Anyway, sorry guys, I jump on some other questions that I've missed here. Have I seen Midsummer yet? No, I haven't, because it's not out in Australia until August. So both Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Midsummer are not out until August. So that's unfortunate, but that's the way it's got to go. So as soon as I do get to see those, there will be reviews of both of them on Breaking Banter. Sorry, just gone through. What's actually been almost terrifying? I'm still talking about the Lion King video. I'm sorry. What is kind of terrifying is in the video I talk about this idea that the Lion King means so much to us collectively. The Lion King has this massive amount of meaning to us. And all I've seen since posting about the movie, all I've seen since then is people saying, I don't like The Lion King that much. And I'm like sitting here going, well, fuck. I thought I was doing a movie, I thought I was covering a movie that was universally loved, that everyone was into, that everyone felt the same thing about. And I'm just sitting here like preparing for, like a lot of people love The Lion King and I'm sure they're going to appreciate the video. But a lot of people who like don't like it, who are like, nah, I don't really get what you're saying, man. I don't like this movie. So I'm hoping that my passion for it is enough to excite people about it. That would be fantastic. Got a couple more people in the stream, so I do just want to say again, this video will be live for 3 days before I take it back down, because I don't like to have the live streams up on the Loverboy channel. I like to just have my videos with their newly designed thumbnails. I don't know if anyone saw that. I've gone through and redesigned the look of every video on the channel. So they've got one uniform style now, which I was excited about. I wasted a lot of time doing it and I enjoyed it. Sorry, going through stuff. It's so cold right now. I know in America it's summer, or like just anywhere in the northern hemisphere, you guys are in summer right now, but it is winter in Australia and I hate it. I thought I was a winter person for most of my life, but I am well and truly a summer person. That's just the way it is. Look, it's easy to record in winter. You're not sweating ridiculously, but no, I'm definitely a summer person. Have I seen Maniac? Yes, I did see Maniac and I didn't review it. I did not review Maniac because I saw it very late. Look, guys, unfortunately these days, I just get to TV shows late. If I'm not reviewing stuff, I'm not in a rush. Like I haven't checked out Stranger Things season 3 yet. I will check it out, but I'm just in no rush. So I saw Maniac. I loved it. I think Cary Fukunaga continues to be one of my favorite directors. He's so inspiring. He's so creative. He's so involved in the process. He's a very collaborative person. I think him directing a James Bond movie is going to be phenomenal. So there's that. When I was younger, would I ever get frustrated with people who didn't understand how much I love movies? Yeah. And I think that's because I didn't really venture outside of, like if I'd have discovered Twitter when I was younger, would have been very dangerous. I'm kind of glad that I didn't. But no, I didn't find friends who understood how much I love movies until I was 14, 15. It took a long time for people to for me to find people that didn't just, because you find a lot of people who like movies. But then there's people, I guess, like me, who live and breathe movies. People are out talking about their work they did for the week, or, talking about just, like I just talk about movies. That's what I talk about. That's what I know. I talk about YouTube, and I talk about movies, and I talk about creativity. I don't talk about paying taxes or other adult things. That one time I renovated a bathroom or whatever. Look, I'm not at that stage in my life yet anyway, but I just talk about movies. So I think, yeah, I don't know. There's not really any advice I can give to that. Just hopefully, one day you find like-minded people. And I will say, get on Twitter, guys. Twitter has a fantastic film community. A lot of people that just want to help each other out. There's a lot of arguing and fighting and whatnot, but there's a lot of people on Twitter that just want to talk and share stuff about movies and share ideas. And I've said it before, I would not still be on YouTube right now if I hadn't have met the people I've met on Twitter in the last couple of years. Just spat then on my table. Yeah, I would not still be doing this. I would have lost interest, or not lost interest. I would have been defeated by it if I hadn't have had the support network I've had through you guys on Twitter and the other YouTubers who have kind of, brought me into their circles and allowed me to be part of the film YouTube community, which is a big deal for me because I don't have a lot of traction. I guess I've just met the right people and made the right moves or something. I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah, so someone has said Thumbnail Bailey is kind of my channel meme. For those of you guys on Twitter that know about Thumbnail Bailey, I made the video about on Breaking Banter about why I decided to stop rating movies, like giving them a score, and that kind of turned into a meme. So yeah, I've got that. That's good. Thank you for almost that was going unappreciated then. So no, I've got that. That's cool. Thoughts on an MCU Fantastic Four movie? I don't really. I mean, yeah. Hopefully, we get one day. That'd be awesome. I've expressed in the past. There's been fan castings and whatnot, and if it was up to me, I'd say get Brad Bird, who directed The Incredibles and Ratatouille and The Iron Giant, and get in. I know they're older and they want younger actors they can use forever, but get Emily Blunt, get John Krasinski, get Billy Magnussen as Johnny Storm, and then I don't know who to get as Ben. But yeah, look, that movie has a lot of potential. The franchise has a lot of potential. So yeah, I'm open for it. And like, I know some of you guys would be aware that I liked Far From Home, but I have a lot of issues with it. It's my least favorite MCU movie. But I'm always optimistic. That's a Spider-Man story like that. It's a pothole in the road, or it's a kink. I don't know what the term is. It's a speed bump. It's a little hurdle to jump over, and I'll continue getting MCU movies I love. I don't like there's one that I don't agree with, and out of 23, that's pretty fantastic. So, hey Blake. Blake here has just rewatched The Lion King and has seen its greatness. So I just want to say, first of all, thank you. But second, what I hope, and this is what I want to start doing with the Why I Love videos, and I've got a plan for the next 3 videos I'm doing. Look, I'm going to be honest now. I don't actually know if the next 4 videos here we go. I'll say it now just so that you guys are aware. If none of these next 4 videos get a reasonable amount of traction, I will have to reassess if I can continue doing this here on this channel. So I do want to say that now so that you guys are aware. I'm doing the video on the Lion King, and then I've got 3 more videos I've spoken about doing for a long time. I don't want to say what they are just yet, but I'm doing those 3 videos. And if between those 4, I can't grow the channel by a reasonable amount in a capacity that will continue growing and boost me forward, I will have to reassess, can I continue doing this channel? Because the unfortunate side of picking up doing this channel was that now my filmmaking career has been completely overthrown by what I do here. So anyway, I lost the point. I just want to make sure that you guys that are here are hearing that now from me in advance, that that's where I'm at currently. The John Wick video bombed. It did terribly. And that was, that's 4 weeks of my life I can't get back. And I'm so glad I made that video. I learned so much more about the movie. I studied so much, and you guys that saw it loved it. But that's 4 weeks of my life I will never get back for a video that got less views than a Breaking Banter video that takes me 3 hours. So, that's where I'm at right now. And I kind of need you guys to be aware of that, because doing this here on YouTube is a very taxing thing. And yeah, I don't know. I'm at the stage where I don't know. I miss making movies. I miss writing. I miss directing. I miss working with actors so bad. I miss it so much. And it's at the stage now where it's like, if I can't make this YouTube thing work, I've been on YouTube for 5 years total this October. So my goal was to make it to that point. And if I can't do this in a capacity that supports me full time, and I'm not getting the influence that I need, that's basically what we'll do. And I want to do the couple of videos that I wanted to do. I think the one between the Lion King and the one that I'm doing next. Look, if the video I'm doing after the Lion King doesn't blow up, then it will outright be proof that the YouTube system is against me, because I'm literally going to be hitting everything that YouTube demands from a video, which isn't my intent. It just so happens the video I want to make happens to line up with YouTube's principles. Look, massive detour. Back to what Blake was saying. The goal with my videos is that people walk away, and even if it's a movie that they love, I've talked about stuff that most people love anyway. The goal is with my videos is that you guys walk away from them and go, I love that movie more than I ever thought I did before, or that you guys say, wow, you were able to put that into the words that I could never find. And that is my goal. That is what I'm doing with The Lion King, because I feel like people love it and they've never been able to articulate that in the way they want to. So look, that's my goal. And hopefully if I can get more people doing, if more people are doing, I completely forgot where I was at. I'm sorry. I'm so tired right now. It is nearly 1 a.m. I was saying things and I trailed off because I just thought about the fact that yesterday I recorded for about an hour. I recorded the first third of the new video, and I can't use it. I've got to throw out all that audio and start again because it wasn't. I need it to be the most exciting thing ever. So I've got to work on that again. Okay, so yeah, just going back to what I was saying before then, with another valid point. Do I think I'll continue doing reviews on Breaking Banter if I won't be able to continue Loverboy? I don't know, because I enjoy doing this on this channel, but I don't really enjoy doing the reviews anymore. In the same capacity, like there's videos where where I get to talk about, doing the Toy Story review and talking about movies I love, I live for. But then, occasionally you've got to talk about a movie, like Far From Home. And I'll say this as well. I'm cool to put this out there so you guys understand this. Since I've been look, all my life I've been a pretty confident person. I do have, anxieties without them being, it's nothing's like diagnosed issues, or it's just, I've got the same kind of social anxieties that I guess a lot of other people have, with, talking to people who you don't know, and, all that stuff. But since Jay left working on Breaking Banter, and I've had to record on my own, I've definitely developed something that I've never really experienced before. When I was recording the review for Far From Home, I had a straight up panic attack, which is something I've never had in my life. I'm going to be basically changing all my filming setup. So I'm now going to be filming reviews like from this way. I'm going to get some soundproofing stuff behind me here and some soundproofing setup, because I feel like I need to have a wall in front of me when I record. At the moment, I'm staring into a corner, and I freak out. Like, it feels like I'm staring into the void. And you guys will notice in the Breaking Banter videos, I look down, like read my screen a lot, and I'm not reading anything because I'm not writing notes, but I just freak out at not having anything, because I used to have Jay to bounce off, and currently I'm just trying to come up with it all myself and find a way to stitch it together, and I freak out. So long story short, long story short with that, I don't know. My goal is, look, even if my original plan for my YouTube career, right, if things were to go to plan, is that Loverboy will take over from Breaking Banter, will become the bigger channel. I'll be doing what I want to do. I'll occasionally post reviews or like something on Breaking Banter, I guess. But the goal was that Loverboy would take over. I would do YouTube until I lost interest. Whoever knows how long that would be. But then I wanted to use this channel as I go into moving to do my, into my filmmaking career. And hopefully, I've had certain stuff pop up where I could end up using this channel to post, web series that I got funded or anything like that. The goal would be, as I move forward, to just check that never mind. Just checking my housemates hadn't messaged me to shut up. The goal would be to, as I move forward, is to grow a channel that, and I don't think many people realize this, having a following on YouTube will give you way more pull when you go to apply for funding for a film than any other person off the street that doesn't have it. I have it built in, but the goal would be to use this channel for that, to market myself, to platform myself. And then once I am making movies, to do behind the scenes stuff and give back, that would be to say, hey guys, I'm on my filmmaking journey. It's hopefully working out for me. Here's what I'm doing. Here's stuff you guys could try. Here's something, go out and get some friends together and film something this weekend. And I'd want to use it to give back, because I feel like there's a lot of young people out there, not even young people, just anyone that wants to make movies who doesn't know how to start. And exactly like David Sandberg, who runs the channel Pony Smasher. He is the director of Shazam and Annabelle Creation and Lights Out. He doesn't do it as much anymore, but he's just released a video this week about how he worked through making Shazam. It's a short little video. It's excellent. You should check it out. But that's what I'd want to do. I'd love to just pick up a camera while I'm on set one day and say, hey guys, I've got 10 minutes right now. I just want to talk to you about how the day is going on set, what I've gone through. I don't know if legally you can do that these days, but I would love to do that. I think that'd be really fantastic. So I don't know what the plan is long term right now. Hopefully this channel becomes everything I wanted it to be. This channel currently, in terms of the content I've made, I'm so proud of it. I'm going to be honest, I go back and check out my own videos all the time. I rewatched the Shrek video recently in preparation for doing the Lion King video. I wanted to check how I talked about animation before and not do what I did in the Shrek video, because no one watched it. So obviously, unfortunately, that video just didn't resonate with people. So I was like, okay, I can't do that again. I've got to do something different with the Lion King. But no, I check it out and go, look, it's interesting to see how far I came. So I'm gonna go back up and answer some more questions. But while we're on that point, what's the video that I'm most proud of? It's really hard. It's really hard to say. Like, I feel like it's the Shrek video. I feel like the Shrek video is not perfect, and it's kind of I stretch things out a little bit too much, and I don't like the live action stuff. I hate the intro of that video now, but that video at its core is what I wanted Loverboy videos to be. So I'm really proud of that video. I really like what the Game of Thrones video is, but unfortunately it aged quite poorly. The last shot of like and I should have known as well because it was my prediction from the start that things would go the way they did. No spoilers for Game of Thrones here, because hopefully you guys will still go out and watch it despite the rap that season 8 got, because obviously you guys know I quite like season 8 despite disagreeing with most of it from a storytelling perspective. But yeah, anyway, I love the Game of Thrones video. I'm super proud of that one because I made that in 2 weeks, and that's a record for me. The Shrek video, you know, my favorite video might actually be the 5 perfect scenes one. I think it might be that video. I love what I said about Infinity War in that video, and I love the outro because that was the outro for the 5 video moment I found out what this channel was. You guys will see I'm adding it into the video I'm doing now on The Lion King. My new channel motto or logo type thing is empathy first, and that's what I discovered in the 5 perfect scenes video. Was I discovered that was what this channel was about. It's not about positivity. Positivity is a byproduct of empathy, but that's what I want this channel to be about, is understanding people, understanding the people around us, and starting to connect with people. Because it doesn't matter how much you hate someone, once you get to know a person, it changes everything. And you could still detest that person deep down, but once you understand someone, it changes everything. And that's what I wanted this video to be. Okay, again, Blake, thank you. I need to learn how to use Reddit. I don't quite understand. I've tried to dabble in it, but I just don't understand. And I don't want to get caught up using any more social media because it wastes so much of my time already. I spend so much time on Twitter. Quick plug, go follow me on Twitter at Loverboy Media. So yeah, look, this is another thing. I'll say this now as well, because you guys have, at whatever time it is in the world, have decided to come and hang out with me. So I want to say thank you for that. I will say now, hopefully, if I can continue this channel, you know, if it starts to grow and I get to have some form of success, my goal was that in 2020, I wanted to do an 8-part series about every single Harry Potter movie, of why I love on all 8 Harry Potter movies. I think that would be that would make me happier than anything, being able to get to talk about each Harry Potter movie and what they mean to me, and all the beautiful lessons in them, all of the excellent filmmaking. I would love to do that next year if we make it that far with this little experiment we're doing. I've seen a couple of questions here about, am I on Letterboxd? Yes, I am on Letterboxd. I'm pretty sure the link in the description, if you jump onto that, there should be a link to my Letterboxd. I don't give star ratings on it, and I very rarely review movies, but at least you guys can keep up to date with what I'm seeing. I would say more than anything, if you guys want to keep up to date with what I am doing currently, your best bet is to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, because I post about that stuff a lot. I post about what I'm watching. I talk about it. I engage. That's the best way to keep up with me. Sorry guys, I'm gonna head back up and check, because I've missed a couple of questions. So I just want to catch back up. Sorry if I'm being erratic. How do I sound? Do I sound? Oh my God, I sound really high pitched as soon as I take these off. Have you guys noticed that? Like how much my voice varies? I kid you not. I'm gonna do this for a sec. I kid you not. I recorded the part of the video I recorded already for the Lion King video, the part that I got rid of. the main reason I got rid of it is because I sound so much like, this sounds kind of dumb, but I sounded so much like High Top in it. I was so deep and that's nothing against him because he has the best voice on YouTube. I can listen to him all day. But it just didn't sound like me, so that's part of why I re-recorded it. Anyway, sorry guys, so gonna head back up and check out some of those questions that I have missed. I'm gonna have a little bit more water though, because water is essential. And you guys notice how everything I own is red? Like everything is red, like red, black, and white. Everything I own is the same colors. Which superhero would I like to make a movie about? Oh, I was going to tweet this the other day. If there was any, I might still tweet it this week at some point, about if there was any superhero movie you could make, what would it be? And my superhero movie would be, this is part of a shared idea I had with the creator of, actually guys, here's a quick plug. Go and check out, there's a Red Hood fan film on YouTube called Red Hood the Fallen. Go and check that out. A bunch of my friends here in Perth made that, and originally we were working on a sequel. I didn't work on the original one, but since then the director and I are great friends now, and we've worked together on a bunch of stuff. But we were going to do a sequel, and the idea for the sequel was, his idea was a little bit different until I came on board. But if there was any superhero movie that I could make, it would be a, hey Alan, my housemate's just jumped on. If there was any Red Hood, sorry, so that's it. It would be a Red Hood film about Jason Todd in his late 30s after he's almost had like a change of heart, where Batman's died and he's gone, I've got to leave this life behind, and he's tried to become a better person. The idea that we had was, for the story, was that Jason Todd had basically, he had a girlfriend, and she had a son, and he's basically taken them in, and they live together. It's him trying to be a better man, and I get the feeling that some of you guys might feel like this sounds like a Logan movie. It's not like Logan. You know, he works a day job and he's constantly got paranoia and fear about, you know, the repercussions of what he's done of his family getting hurt. And the story was basically about Damian Wayne coming back to Gotham, and taking up the mantle of Batman, but disrespecting it. And him having almost a Red Hood persona, and a case of being Red Hood teaching Red Hood 2.0, that's not the way to be. So that was the movie that I wanted to make. If you let me do any superhero movie, it would be a Red Hood movie about Red Hood learning to be a better person and atoning for his brand of justice and all the people he hurt through his anger. Hopefully that was interesting for you guys to hear. I don't know. That's my dream movie. I'd probably work in the Batman universe though. Although I would love to do a Spider-Man movie, and I would also love to do why am I pulling a blank on this? A Hulk movie. I'd love to do a Hulk movie, and see if I could get that right. Yeah, so there's that. How's Jay's acting going? It's going great. Guys, there's no way that there's no footage as far as I know of these things, but Jay's last play he did was so good. And that's just not a friend talking. I'm honest with how I feel about the shows he's done. But the last two plays that Jay did, for those of you guys that aren't aware, on my other channel, Breaking Banter, my review channel, I worked with my best friend on that channel for a long time. But yeah, Jay's last play was phenomenal. He was amazing in it. It was like one of those plays where they kind of come up with it as they go along. There's a script, but it's called Love Me Tender. So you guys can look that up. But the play was incredible. The one he did before that was excellent as well. He's getting so good, guys. Hopefully I'll get to direct something soon and cast Jay in it, so that you guys can see that. But yeah, Jay's stuff is going really well. It's it's interesting because like I feel like we've both changed so much as people in the last just day by day. Like every day I think about stuff I did yesterday and I'm like, wow, I'm a better person today, or I'm a different person today. And I think it's fascinating. But yeah, Jay and I have come so far so quickly, and the conversations we have now about movies and the way that people talk about movies and the way that people understand people and whatnot, it's so fascinating. Um, Hopefully we'll be able to get Jay in more soon. The problem's been the way that I've set up for recording the Breaking Banter videos. Once I'm set up to film this way, that'll change, and hopefully Jay can jump in for more of them, and even jump on and do his own videos. We'll see how we go. Sorry guys, I'm running behind on questions, but I just want to try to catch up on some of those. Going through. Oh, that's a great question. Do you think you have to be artistic to make movies? It's actually funny. I was talking to there's 4 of us that live in the house. Some of you guys have seen John has helped out with some of the other videos I've done. John and I were talking about this before, saying that you can see some directors do not have the same. Like not everyone thinks like Cuarón or like Nolan or Kubrick or Spielberg or Tarkovsky, but some directors obviously had the passion. They love telling stories. They might have a more limited toolbox, but that's okay. If you want to tell stories, and you know the right people, you have the right stories, you're in the right places, you know how to work with people, there's nothing that's going to hold you back. And it's up to you the kind of things that you're interested in as a storyteller, to pursue those things. Some people are just more and more interested in actors, and they could care less about what happens with the camera, and that's fine. Some people are more focused on editing than the actors or the camera, or some people are more interested in set design or VFX, and that's fine. You've got your interests as long as you care about making movies. I think the point you lose as a filmmaker is when you put yourself in a room with other people who want to do this as a career, and you don't feel like you're the most passionate person there. If you're in a room with 10 other people that all want to be filmmakers or, editors or writers or directors or actors or whatever, if you're in a room with 10 other people and you don't feel like you're the person there that wants it the most, that's when you've got a problem. And right now, personally, I prioritize, if I was in a room with 10 other people, I don't know if that's me, because otherwise I wouldn't be doing YouTube. I'd be out making films, but I love doing this as well. So I don't know if that's any help, or that was weirdly more depressing than I wanted it to be. So yeah, sorry, I need to be looking at the camera. I'm like looking at my screen and reading stuff. I'll just change this setup at some point so it's directly in front. Sorry guys, so I'm just going to try to catch up on questions real quick. Okay, so I don't want to say much else about Spider-Man Far From Home. No spoilers on this, but just my main issue with Far From Home was the way it deals with the post Avengers Endgame environment. And this question here is did I think that the meme opening, for those of you guys that have seen it will know the opening, do I think it was supposed to be funny, or if there's something darker in there, like the fat Thor thing? Because that's one of those things where it's funny, and I will always find it funny. Unfortunately, there's a lot of sadness and there's a depression to Thor in Endgame, but it's also a case of Taika Waititi's humor, which is very much what the Russos and the writers of Endgame applied, is very intrinsically Australian self-depreciating humor. So regardless of it being a really heartbreaking story about that character, it's still funny. I don't think that's in the same ballpark though. No, I think Far From Home straight up was like, oh yeah, the snap that like fucked up the world and ruined the entire way the systems worked and threw everyone off and all the grief and mourning. It's funny now. There's no two ways about it. There's nothing deeper to it. It's not a case of, haha, we can laugh it off now. That's not how that shit works, as far as I'm concerned. I understand why some people like it, but it doesn't work for me. I don't want to get hung up on it. High Top Films video on Spider-Man Far From Home covers everything that I feel about it, except that the movie is still a fun movie and I still enjoyed watching it. I just don't like any idea it had. Anyway, again, what changed my mind on the MCU? What changed my mind on the MCU was paying attention. Here's something, guys, and I'm going to talk about this in the next video I do, which I'm so excited about doing it. I'm terrified, but I'm so excited about it. If you guys really pay attention to a film, if you guys watch a movie enough, if you go through it frame by frame and you go into it and you want to appreciate it, I could do it with Far From Home right now. I could go through it and I would find ways, I would see what the filmmakers wanted me to see, I think. That's how I learned to love the MCU. I started to really pay attention to what people love about it, to what makes this universe special, to what makes each of these individual stories special, even the negative things that people have, like, oh, all the movies are really similar, and see why those things worked. I think that's what turned me around on it. This ever-expanding universe with new stories, different voices, different characters that can all come together. That's kind of what turned me around. And it's just a case of, I feel like I pay attention to storytelling more than I ever have before. And the miracle that every single movie is. Every movie is a miracle, even the ones that are almost universally hated. And you start to see that in every movie. And yeah, I don't know if that helps at all. I'm gonna get to that question again. Guys, thank you for the super chats and the donations and stuff. It's incredible. You guys are so good to me. It makes me feel emotional. You guys are the best. I'm gonna get to that question in 2 seconds though. I just want to get through a couple of other things from here. Okay, so yeah, sorry, catching up on stuff. Thank you for all the just love and support in general, guys. Do I have any collaborations planned? Okay, do I have any collaborations planned? Hopefully. I don't know if it's going to come through yet. Then hopefully my next video is going to have Alex from High Top Films, and I'm hoping to get Robbie from I Am That Robbie in the video together. I don't know to the extent that they will be involved in the video, but I know I'm going to have them in the video, hopefully. If I can get the rest of the Film Hub team in there as well, that would be amazing. But those two guys have got feelings about what I'm talking about next. So hopefully I will be collaborating with them in a video very soon. So yeah, hopefully those guys will be in the next video. So there's that. Which upcoming DC movie am I most excited about and why? Wonder Woman 2. I love Wonder Woman so much. I love that movie more and more every time I watch it. So the fact that there's another one where Patty Jenkins is going to be more confident, where we have Kristen Wiig playing a villain, that's so exciting. It's so bizarre. It's so interesting. We've got that coming up. I'm just super excited about that. Hans Zimmer doing the music, the same cinematographer who did a stunning job. Wonder Woman is such a beautiful looking movie. I'm super excited about that. Is HBO's Watchmen the most exciting upcoming superhero thing? Yeah, that is, however, the most exciting thing coming up. The team that made The Leftovers, again, back to the start, my favorite thing ever, are doing a TV show about Watchmen. I need to see the Watchmen movie because I have not seen it yet. I will be watching it in the next couple of weeks, actually. Director's cut. So, okay, so hang on, sorry. Which movies from Cannes am I looking forward to the most? I've forgotten them all because I've already seen Parasite, and that was the one I was looking forward to the most. Portrait of a Lady on Fire, of a Girl on Fire. I've forgotten its name. That one I really want to check out. Okay, am I excited for Tenet? Yeah, the new Christopher Nolan film. It'll be #1 on my most anticipated films of ever next year. Okay, so if you guys want to learn to appreciate movies more that you feel like other people appreciate but you don't quite understand, watch video essays. Video essays is how I learned to love. My key into loving the MCU is learning to love Thor Ragnarok. And I watched so many videos. Oh, here guys, I want to say this now. I'm still going to get to the questions. The channel that changed my life, changed the way I understood movies, was a channel called Film Joy. Used to be called Chainsaw Suit Original, but it is now called Film Joy. There is a series on that channel called Movies with Mikey. As soon as you guys watch it, you guys will see the immediate parallels with my videos. But Movies with Mikey, that series was the series that changed the way I understood movies. Sorry, my voice is breaking right now. Hang on. So yeah, that channel and the videos on that channel is how I learned to love movies that I didn't love before. And yeah, so that channel is watch that channel, basically. Find video essays like that. Look, if you guys, here's one. So if you guys aren't a fan of Interstellar, watch Mikey's video, also Interstellar or The Force Awakens. He's done a couple of other videos on kind of movies that weren't universally loved, but were mostly loved. Check out those videos. So Force Awakens, Interstellar, those two videos by Movies with Mikey. Those videos will take the things that people hate about movies and turn them into, things. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Just watch those two videos and you'll get what I'm saying. That's how you learn to appreciate movies more. I guess maybe. Hopefully I'll do a video on Dunkirk next year. If I'm still on YouTube in a year, I want to do videos on Inception, Interstellar, and Dunkirk. So hopefully I'll get to all of those. What's a story that I would like to tell? I'm assuming that's, I really want to tell, actually, no, I probably shouldn't say anything about my own film ideas just for certain reasons. I have a fascination in my stories that I want to focus on now. I've got a fascination with, I want to say time as a vague thing, but I'm very fascinated about the aging process, about what it is to get older, and never be able to go back. So that's a theme that I think if I ever get into a filmmaking career, you guys will get to see a lot of. That's the theme I'm most interested in, is people changing and making decisions at a time where they can't go back and change and do anything about it because they were a different person than they are now, and the way they're judged for being that person back then. They're the kind of stories I want to tell, whatever. What are my thoughts on Bond 25? I think it's going to be amazing. I did say that before. But yeah, Cary Fukunaga, if that movie's not amazing, something's gone wrong. So I also would like to do a video on the Raimi Spider-Man films, particularly Spider-Man 3, to do a why I love on that. Because I think I love it. I haven't seen it in years, but to kind of connect the dots and dig up whatever Raimi has hidden in there. I'm trying to go through. Sorry, guys. I'm going to keep going for another 10-15 minutes as well. Okay, so sorry. How's your film work going outside of YouTube? Any projects or potential projects? So as I've said, all my time is currently taken up by YouTube. I have a huge project that has had to sit on the back burner because I cannot muster the time to work on it. And this is a project that involves funding, really good sized deals, really huge opportunities. And I've literally backburnered that to work on YouTube. So just to give you guys some idea of how much I want this to work this year, this YouTube thing, how much I want it to succeed and get to a stage where I can say, I have done this and done it well. I've literally passed up on film opportunities because I don't have the time. I can't do both. I physically can't do both. So that's where I'm at right now. I've got something I want to work on. I've got scripts I want to work on. But the problem is, as soon as you're not editing, you know, I go play games or I watch TV, and yeah, that's the hard part of doing this on YouTube, and also wanting to be a filmmaker and also wanting to consume media. It's impossible to do all three, and currently I've cut out the filmmaking part. So yeah, it's hard, and I don't really know how I feel about that at the moment. But that's what's happened is I've had to cut out, I guess, almost the part that I love the most. Yeah, we'll see how that goes going forward, guys. We'll see how that goes. What's my favorite blockbuster this year? Endgame by a mile. I still can't believe Endgame's one of my favorite movies ever. Like a top 25 movies ever. I love that movie more than I'll ever be able to put into words. I might try one day. How do I feel about an American remake of Parasite already? I don't know. I've said, guys, I'm now at the stage where I don't want to knock anything until I've tried it. Wow, my eyelid looks really heavy because I'm tired. I'm now at the stage in my life where I just don't want to knock anything until I've tried it. So I don't want to say that it's going to be a bad idea, because I don't think it will be. I just think you're going to lose something, because it just Americans need to learn to read subtitles. Fucking hell. You guys read subtitles. It's fine. Just going to keep going through, guys. Sorry. Oh, God, I'm kind of losing my voice, guys. So yeah, I'll go until my voice is gone. Thoughts on Flight from 2012. I haven't seen that movie. I have not seen Flight from 2012. Sorry, I should have had my mic in front of me for the whole time. I thought if I moved it this way to be out of my way, but it's been blocking me off more. So the mic's now directly in front. Sorry, guys. I'm actually starting to lose my voice, so I'm probably going to have to jump off soon because I need to record tomorrow and I don't want to have lost it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so again, the thing, and I've talked about this before about, like, should you go to film school? I can't answer that question for you. What I can say is, from my own experience, I wish that I didn't. I don't have many regrets in my life or things that I can't, things that I did as a kid that I wasn't able to, atone for or say sorry about or whatever. So yeah, I don't have much that I regret as such, but the thing that I do regret is going to uni. And if not entirely, I regret going to uni for as long as I did when I knew I was never going to get through it. I just was not interested in it. I hated what they offered. I just wanted, basically, guys, what I wish I had done was go to uni, done the film courses, built a portfolio, paid for those units, and then left. I did not need a degree. It is of my belief that you guys do not need a film degree if you have the capacity to teach yourself. Nothing I learned about filmmaking, I learned from a film school or high school. I taught myself through trial and error, through watching video essays, through watching behind the scenes, through going to Q&As with local directors. That's how I learned. I learned from watching movies, and not watching movies and going, oh, I liked this, I didn't like this. It's from trying to understand, okay, that edit just there, cutting from that shot to that shot. What is that communicating? How is that done? How did they see that on set? How did the director see those two shots together and go, that's what it is. Of going, oh, the way the actor moved their eyes there, that little glance, was that a thing that was directed? They're the questions you need to start asking. You can't watch movies anymore and go, I had a really good time watching so-and-so. I thought the acting was really good, and I had great cinematography, really beautiful cinematography. You can't do that. You have to feel it. You have to breathe it. That's how we teach ourselves. You have to dig in and pay attention to every sound, bit of sound design, every set design thing. You like every detail you've got to key into and try to understand the most important thing to understand, because film is communication. So you need to understand how something is speaking to you. Anyway, so I digress. I think you can teach yourself filmmaking if you're committed enough. I think that it's all out there. The internet, we have the internet now. If you're studying to become an architect or a doctor, yeah, you should probably go to uni because you need the professional training. You want to become a filmmaker, all the resources are out there online. We've got masterclass now with actual actors and directors and whatnot, just outright telling you how they do shit. It's never been a better time. Never been a better time. Yeah, that's it. Any tips for writing multiple storylines? Oh God, that's hard. Writing multiple storylines. Look, guys, the last two, the films I made in university were not great. Not great, hey? And I haven't tried writing multiple storylines yet. My housemate John is a writer. He's written 8 feature screenplays. None of them directed or published yet. Hopefully the next one, we'll see. I hope he does because he's incredibly talented. But he's done it recently, and he said it's one of the hardest things he's ever had to do in writing is structure. To write multiple storylines, you have to have incredible planning. I've got a feature that I started writing. I've done all the planning for, all the groundwork, all the scene breakdowns and beat sheets and character biographies. And what I did was, it is very difficult to juggle. So that story had 5 central characters. It's a family of 5. And it was difficult juggling, what do you show about so-and-so? Who do you put together in certain scenes? That's a movie that's not about plot. It's just about characters going through stuff and how those things kind of converge. And I don't want to say that because it makes it sound like a movie like Crash. No, it's just about how the dramas that each of them are facing add up until they kind of explode. And it was very difficult. When you're writing multiple storylines, you have to know what your themes are more than anything, so that no scene that you have is not building towards the audience's understanding of what your movie is about. That's my biggest tip for that. I was talking to the Film Hub guys today, John from Films and Stuff, which is, I haven't spoken about Films and Stuff yet. Great channel, go and check it out. But John today was saying about something he read somewhere, saying there's like 3 levels of character. There's characters that service the plot only. There's characters that service the plot but have wants and needs. And then there's characters that drive the plot, have wants and needs, and have conflicts that get in the way of those wants and needs. So it's important to understand where your characters are ranked, who's important. Anyway, I hope that's slightly helpful. I feel bad every time I give advice on like writing or anything, the worst question is, it's a great question, but the question that makes me feel the worst is when people are like, what should I do to become get into YouTube, or what should I do to be great on YouTube? And I'm just like, bro, if I knew that, my channel would have like 1 million subscribers. I don't know. I don't know. Half the time. I do think I know what I'm talking about sometimes. I just unfortunately don't get a chance to put it into practice. Guys, I'll take a couple more questions. And then I'm gonna dip for the night. And what I should do is say that I'll go over my script that I've just finished writing, and I will edit that, and I'll have it ready for the morning. But chances are I'm going to go play some Red Dead Redemption because or something. I'll go watch a TV show or something and waste some time. Actually, I'll probably just go straight to bed. I'm exhausted. I work today at my day job. And yeah. So I might do that. Hi, Mohammed. I see you there. You want me to greet you? I don't know if I can do particular. I don't know if that's a thing that I try to avoid doing. That is like naming names in these videos. And I don't. Anyway, that's throwing me off. Any plans on doing non-podcast related content on Film Hub? No. We all struggle too much to get videos done on our own channels, and I think we've talked about it. I think John's the most keen out of all of us to do connected content on that channel. But at this stage, we all just want our own channels to grow. I want my own channel to grow. I guess, we want to collaborate on each other's channels, I guess. Rather than the Film Hub channel, we just want to get a better podcast format and turn it into a podcast that you guys can listen to on Spotify or iTunes or whatever. But we're also disorganized. Look, I'm the most organized person on that chat. I'll say right now, I'm the one that does most of the coordinating. It's so hard to get all of us because we're all in different time zones. Like the worst part is like Robbie and I are pretty much 12 hours opposite to the guys in the US. Who's my favorite director and filmmaker? I'm pretty sure it's Cuarón, Alfonso Cuarón. I say I'm pretty sure because I haven't seen all of his films yet, and I have seen all of Nolan's films, and Nolan has more inside my top 100. I think Nolan has 7 films inside my top 100, and he's made 10, I think. So it's like, and whereas Cuarón has 3 films in there. I think 3, 4. His last 4 films are all in there. It's hard for me to say who's my favorite filmmaker. Most influential filmmaker is Steve McQueen, though. I think Steve McQueen changed my life. The day I saw Shame by Steve McQueen, I was like, I have seen art. This is directing. It's my favorite directed movie, I think. I love that movie, Shame, so much. Okay, guys, a couple more questions and then I'm going to go. Which part of the filmmaking process do I enjoy the most? I feel like I say this on every cast I've ever done on anything. My favorite part of filmmaking is working with actors. That's what I miss the most. It's almost like a 2-part process, is writing a scene for an actor and getting them in and getting a couple of actors, or even if it's one, whoever, and just using the person to bring that to life. Because when I turn up to set, I've already got my shot planned. I've already got a strong idea of what I'm doing. If everything's working right on the day, and you've got enough hands free that you can just work with the actor, that's what I live for. That's what I miss the most. The last film I did, didn't turn out the best. Jay and I because we directed it together, we made a lot of poor decisions together in terms of communicating, bad storytelling decisions. But the one thing was that working with the actors was unparalleled. There was a scene where we had 20 actors in the room. And what we did was we simulated a scene. So the problem was I had a script that wasn't good to begin with. And then we decided to like Terrence Malick, the movie, where it's all kind of like free for all type thing. So we knew what the scene needed to do. We lit the scene. We gave the actors what they needed to know. We had a three main characters in the room and all these other. I don't. They weren't extras because they had stuff, but I guess yeah, they probably classify as extras. And what we did was we simulated the entire. It was like doing. It was a film about an actor in a play, so I kind of a little bit Black Swan, Birdman type thing. But we had the actors doing a table read, and what happened? Yeah, we basically would just let them live out the scene. So they're going to turn up to the building. Here's the time that they're arriving, and you're just going to enter the room and you're going to live it out through your characters. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to find ways to create conflict. And what Jay and I were doing is we were walking around the room and going up and taking someone aside and saying, okay, so what we want you to do now is say this to this person and then see how they respond. And we kind of improvised this whole thing. And that was one of the best days of my life working on that movie. And then we did another scene where we had, I think, 100 extras. We had 100 extras for this scene in a theater, and the pressure was off the charts. I had made so many terrible decisions that day from a directing standpoint. The crew was hating me. We were doing this excessive long take, and I kept saying to the actors, the actors were having a great time because I just let them go off the hook, but the rest of the technical team was struggling. And it was just days like that were fantastic. And then, yeah, actually my favorite day of filmmaking that I've ever had, and this is what made me realize why I love working with actors. Sorry, I'm talking about this. I don't know how interesting this is to you guys. It was just an argument between, like a breakup scene between a boyfriend and girlfriend. And what Jay and I did before that, it was amazing. We had this apartment rented out, and we were in there for 2 days, and we got to doing this scene. And what we did was the two actors, Jay and I would go aside with each of them individually, and we just basically lied on the floor. It was so weird for the rest of the crew because they're just like, we're just trying to light our shots and stuff. But we basically laid like head to head, like heads touching with the actors. And we just sat there and talked them through the emotion and talked them through what they're feeling and got them into the character and going, how are you feeling about this? How would this piss you off? How would you do it? And then we just sent them in with the script and they went nuts. So like, just one-on-one with each of the actors, and then Jay and I would swap. And like, so we'd talk to each other about what we told them, and then we'd go, okay, cool, I'll play with that, and then swapped. And then we sent the actors into the room, and it was magic. It was the best thing ever. And yeah, anyway, I don't know how interesting that is to you guys, but I just wanted to talk about that quickly because it was the best thing ever. So that's my favorite thing about filmmaking, is working with actors. If you want to be a director and working with actors is not your favorite thing, you're probably going to run into a problem. A couple more things, then I'm going to go. Do I feel like I neglect one channel to work on the other one? How do I find a balance? Usually I can only work on one of them at a time. But what happens is, like, so this week, I'll see The Lion King on Friday and I'll have to drop what I'm doing on Loverboy, review that video, and then I go back to it. So the unfortunate thing is Breaking Banter gets priority because that's the one that pays the bills. But yeah, it's like I basically have patches where, like, I did like 5 videos on Breaking Banter last week and hardly any of them got views. And I was like, at that point, I'm like, okay, I need to jump off and come back. So I guess it is hard to find a balance, and it's hard as well when I've been trying to produce the same amount of content that was being produced by 2 people on my own. That's been a struggle. So that's why the videos have been, less editing, less, I guess the videos on Breaking Banter feel more rushed because this is the channel that I kind of want to be focusing on, I guess. What do I think of Edgar Wright? I love him. I have not seen enough of his films. I'm missing, actually, no, I've seen most of them. I haven't seen Scott Pilgrim yet, and I've been meaning to for ages, but I've currently, in a game patch. I have like, I'll do like 1 month of playing games, 3 months of watching TV shows and movies, 1 month of playing games, 3 months, and that's how I work. So I'm currently in the game month. I just sounded like I said in the gay month. The gay month was last month. Happy Pride to everyone. I don't know where I'm going with that. But yeah, so I played games in the last month. In this, basically, I'm playing games at the moment. Anyway, did I ever write a complete film script? Not a short. No, so I've written part of a feature. I've written part of 2 features, but I have not yet been able to finish them. I feel like I'll probably, before doing a feature, I'm more likely to write a web series or a TV show. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I might call it a night at that. For anyone that joined late or had other stuff they wanted to ask, I'm probably going to do a live stream on Breaking Banter either at the end of this week or at the beginning of next week. I was meant to do them on alternating weeks, but I've kind of messed up because I'm running a bit behind. So this one's on schedule, but Breaking Banter isn't. So yeah, as I said, this video will be up for 3 days before I take it down to keep the channel looking clean and tidy. But until then, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, guys, or today, or time zones get confusing. So I just want to say, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. If any of you guys have not watched the latest video, if you guys have not watched the John Wick video, and I know a lot of you haven't because at least half of the subscribers of this channel have not watched it, and I would love it if everyone did. If you guys want to check out that video, that would be amazing because that was the hardest I've ever worked on a video, and it was the lowest viewed video on the channel for quite a while. So yeah, if you guys want to check out that video and support it and share it and retweet it and post it on Reddit or whatever, that would be amazing. So yeah, that'd be cool. But until then, the Lion King video. I'm going to edit like a madman for the next 2 weeks and hopefully have it up very soon at the level of quality that I expect. I will not rush it to have it out if it is not as good as it should be. Although, yeah, I do want to have it out for the week of the remake's release. So the Lion King 1994 video is next. Anyway, yeah, thank you. I'll change the setup so I'm not looking over here while the camera's here because I want to say hi to you guys more often because I love you and thank you so much for watching my stuff. Honestly, I literally would not be here without you because otherwise there'd be no one watching. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. You guys have an awesome Sunday or Monday or whatever day it is, any day. Have an awesome week. And I will speak to you guys very soon. Love you lots. And I'm going to try to press end stream without breaking eye contact with because it's always weird. All right, I'm good. See you guys. Oh, see, I screwed it up anyway. All right, bye.